The introduction. Dame Carol Ann Duffy, born 23rd December 1955, is a Scottish poet and playwright. She is professor of contemporary poetry at Manchester Metropolitan University and was appointed Britain's Poet Laureate in May 2009. She is the first woman and the first Scot to hold the position. So I told you that introductions are important because that gives us an idea about the author, the work of the author, and the perspectives or themes they are treating. Okay. So, Dame Carol Ann Duffy, date of birth is not so much needed for us, but we know which time they lived. So, not long ago, only 1955, born in 1955. So, it's a recent time. He's a Scottish poet and playwright from Scotland. Poet and playwright. Playwright means writes dramas. She is professor of contemporary poetry at Manchester Metropolitan University and was appointed Britain's Poet Laureate in May 2009. Here there are two things you must know. One is contemporary poetry. What is contemporary poetry? Contemporary means present time. Contemporary is present time. Contemporary poetry is present time poetry. When they say contemporary poetry, it means poems written after 1920. Some say after 1920, some say after 1950. That doesn't matter. So, poetry written in recent times. That's what it means. Poetry written in recent times. So, contemporary poetry at Manchester Metropolitan University, that is in Great Britain, and was appointed Britain's Poet Laureate in May 2009. Poet Laureate. You are, I don't know whether you are familiar with the word laureate. Laureate. So, laureate is the official poet, the court poet, appointed by the Queen at the court. That is it's the official poet who will be present in the court, means in the presence of the king, the parliament, and whenever there is a big function, special occasions, they will be asked to compose poems. On special occasions, they will be asked to compose poems and they will read it out for everybody. They are supposed to be great poets. You last time did not do that. Why I know by the cage bird does not sing. I know by the cage bird sings. I know why the caged bird sings by Maya Angelou. I know why the caged bird sings by Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou also was a poet laureate. Very recently, she was replaced only in 2019. Till 2019, she was a poet laureate. So that's a very special privilege given to poets. And she was the first woman to become a poet laureate and first person from Scotland to become poet laureate. That's all. Her collections include Standing Female Nude. That's the name of that collection, published in 1985, winner of a Scottish Arts Council Award. So her poem collection of poem called Standing Female Nude won the Scottish Arts Council Award. Selling Manhattan, that's another one, another collection. Selling Manhattan, 1987, which won a Somerset Maugham Award. We have already seen Somerset Maugham. Somerset, there's an award installed in the name of Somerset. So that award was given to her. And Meantime, MEAN, Meantime, 1993, which won the Whitbread Poetry Award. So these are the 3 awards she got. Her next collection, Feminine Gospels 2002, shows an increased interest in long narrative poems, accessible in style and often surreal in their imagery. Those some words may be unfamiliar. Her next collection, Feminine Gospels, shows an increased interest in long narrative poems. That's a type of poem, long narrative, short narrative. These long narrative poems, accessible in style and often surreal in their imagery. That is important. But the feminine gospel is not the important thing. The writings of Carol Ann Duffy is accessible in style and often surreal in their imagery. Those 2 things are important. I will explain to you. What is accessible in style? Accessible in style means easily understood by all people. Accessible in style means easily understood by everyone. All sorts of people, including people who are not highly educated, can understand the poem. So that's the meaning of accessible in style and often surreal. Often surreal. Surreal in their imagery. What is the meaning of surreal? Approachable. Surreal means approachable. Surreal in their imagery. Approachable or understandable imageries. What are imageries? You know imageries. Imageries are kind of through our 5 senses we are able to grasp something. That is imagery. What are the 5 senses? Your ability to see, sight, smell, taste, hearing, and touching. Okay, seeing, smelling, tasting, hearing, and touching. So, imageries are through these 5 senses, they are able to feel it. That is called imageries. Either the words used or expressed, you are able to hear, or you are able to see, visionary, or you are able to taste it. So these things are called imagery. So for imagery in poetry means that's the meaning of imagery in poetry. So that if you have to make studies, you can study plenty, but then just if you understand that much is enough. So she uses imageries in poetry which are easily understood by people. That's all. We go to next. Her 2005 publication, Rapture 2005, is a series of intimate poems charting the course of a love affair for which she won the £10,000 T.S. Eliot Prize. In 2007, she published The Hat, a collection of poems for children. Her poems address issues such as oppression, gender, and violence in an accessible language that has made them popular in schools. So this is very important point. The last paragraph, sorry, last few sentences important. Which one? Her poems address issues such as oppression, gender, and violence in an accessible language. So what were the themes, or what are the themes Carol Ann Duffy is interested? What are the themes she is interested in? The themes are that of oppression. Oppression. People are being oppressed, suppressed. Or it's about gender. You know what is the meaning of gender. In the name of gender, somebody is looked down upon, looked down. Like male, female, whatever gender, there are different genders are there. Now, earlier we used to say only male and female, now all LGBT and all those things. So, on the basis of gender, some people are not given their equal importance. So, that is another theme. And violence, violence to human beings and to animals. So, these are the main themes. This you must remember. This is a very important point. Oppression, gender inequality, you can say, gender inequality and violence. In an accessible language, a language that is easily understood by everyone, that has made them popular in schools. So her poems, Carol Ann Duffy's poems are very popular in schools because of this. One thing is she is treating very sensitive topics like oppression, violence, and gender bias, BIAS, gender bias. And it is very accessible, easily understood by everybody. As a result, her poems are very popular among students. The poem Dolphins, that's next paragraph, third paragraph. The poem Dolphins covers many themes regarding oppression and lack of freedom. That you should remember. So already we have seen it, just oppression and lack of freedom. Oppression and lack of freedom. Oppression, oppression is somebody is being oppressed means some of the privileges are being denied, suppressed, persecuted. Lack of freedom means slavery. Slavery. The poem Dolphins covers many themes regarding oppression and lack of freedom. It also broaches ideas which have to do with animal welfare and treatment of animals. It also broaches, that word may be unfamiliar to you. Broach. Broach means to raise or introduce some topics for discussion. To raise or propose or introduce certain subjects for discussion, very difficult subjects for discussion. Here it is the difficult questions of oppression and freedom are being raised. So it also broaches ideas which have to do with animal welfare and treatment of animals. Suppose she is speaking about human welfare and treatment of human beings. There is nothing new about it. That's why difficult subjects are being raised. Animal welfare and treatment of animals. Animals also have a right like human beings. There's something difficult themes she is raising. So she is known for, she broaches ideas which have to do with animal welfare and treatment of animals. That's a thing. That's important point. The poem takes us into the world of dolphins, an endangered species, and asks us to look at the world from their perspective. This is also is very, very important point. When you write your essays, you should be mindful of this sentence. What is it? The poem takes us into the world of dolphins, an endangered species, and asks us to look at the world from their perspective. Is there anything which you do not understand? I think being science students, you will know what is the meaning of species. You know it, okay. Endangered species at the risk of extinction. Endangered means at the risk of extinction. To extinct means come to an end, come to a stop. That's the meaning of extinct. You know, species which are extinct means they are no more. Endangered means they are coming to the point of extinct. They are not yet finished. A few more are there. But we are on the way of extinction. After some time, they may not be there unless we take care of them. That's the meaning of endangered species. In India, now here we have that what you call Bengal tigers. Bengal tigers are the point of extinction. Bengal tigers. Okay. Then some lion species also. So many species. After the coming of corona, many species have again come back. Okay. The poem takes us into the world of dolphins, an endangered species, and asks us to look at the world from their perspective. That is very important. When you study the poem, you must look at it from their perspective. What is the meaning of perspective? Perspective is point of view. Point of view. Point of view, or you can say viewpoint. Point of view or viewpoint. You have to see them from their point of view. Whose point of view? The dolphin's point of view or the animal's point of view. So when you read or when you study this poem, you have to look at it from the point of view of the dolphins or animals in general. That's it. An endangered species and asks us to look at the world from their perspective. We are asked to understand how their imprisonment by humans affects them. We are asked to understand how their imprisonment by humans affects them. Imprisonment. What is another word for imprisonment? Slavery. Slavery. Captivated, under captivity. They are under captivity, you can say. So there are different words, and just giving you different words that you understand. Imprisonment means put them in prison. Imprisonment by humans affects them. We have imprisoned them, jailed them. We have kept them under captivity. Whom? Animals. Who have kept? Human beings are kept. That has a great effect, that great impact on them. That's it. That affects them. It has a negative impacts, not positive impacts, negative impacts on them. Somebody raised a hand. Let me see. Alka Singh. You want to say something, Alka?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, I request you to write the meanings on the blackboard since the voice is not clear due to the network.
Oh, voice is not clear, eh? I see. Not able to hear at all? Or able to hear little bit? Completely off means you'll have to stop as I'm asking. Are you able to hear little bit or not at all?
Sir, I'm able to hear a bit, but it is not completely clear, so I request you to write the meaning.
Oh, sure. I'll make you some board. Sure. See, the thing is, if you are getting a video afterwards, it will be clear for you. Recording will be okay here. I'll try to use board more. Okay, thank you. You can mute yourself.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
The speaker, a dolphin, remembers its previous life of freedom in the ocean and the sense of constriction and confinement that it now feels in the aquarium. So dolphins before and now, that's what the poem is concerned. How were the dolphins earlier? How are the dolphins now? Where were they before? They were in the sea. They were in the sea. Now they are in the aquarium. So, what is the meaning of aquarium? Aquarium is a place where they are kept in the artificial water. You have an aquarium where you grow fish, no? Fish tank, aquarium. So now earlier they were in the sea. Now they are kept in an aquarium. Earlier they had freedom. Earlier they were free. They had freedom. Now they are imprisoned. If they are imprisoned means they have no freedom. Earlier they had freedom. Now they have no freedom. So here free, here constriction, restriction and constriction, restriction and constriction. So they are restricted. Their movement is, so you can say free movement. Free movement. Now here they are confined. So these are the differences. They were in the sea, now they are in the aquarium. They had freedom, now they are imprisoned. They had a free movement, now they are confined, being restricted. So this is the main theme they are treating. The poem appears to be a dramatic monologue in the voice of a dolphin. The poem appears to be a dramatic monologue in the voice of a dolphin. So let me check. You studied this one, dramatic monologue, last year. Anybody remembers? Let me see. Those who know what is a dramatic monologue, please just raise your hand. Dramatic monologue. You studied in the Patriot. The Patriot last year. Patriot by Robert Browning. The Patriot. Nobody is raising hand. Nobody knows, sir. Dramatic monologue, or you are not able to hear? Yeah, somebody raised. Let me see. No. Nobody. Nobody knows what is a dramatic monologue? Oh, somebody has lifted. Let's see. Okay, Alka. Yes.
Sir, a dramatic monologue. Sir, in this, a person who is not poet, still due to the situations which are given to the person,
Okay.
in those situations.
Okay, you're right.
in a form of poem.
Okay. Okay. You are right. Okay. Something more is said. But you are right. Okay. Thank you. You can mute yourself. So, what is a dramatic monologue? Monologue. Dramatic means having the qualities of a drama. Dramatic means having the characteristics or qualities of a drama. What is monologue? Mono means single. Log means conversation. So mono is single, log is conversation. So monologue means conversation by a single person. Only one person is speaking. One person who is not the poet, somebody other than the poet is speaking. That is a monologue. Somebody other than the poet is speaking. So, who is the poet here? Carol and Duffy. Carol and Duffy is not talking. But who is talking? Dolphin is talking. In the Patriot, you remember, the Patriot was the one who was speaking. Robert Browning was a poet, but Patriot was speaking. Similarly, here Carol and Duffy is the poet, but the dolphin is speaking. Dolphin is speaking to whom? Speaking to us.